Anyways.
Okay. One more thing I needed to know about. Were you listening to the CD?
Yes.
Okay.
But not while I was driving.
Okay. Well,
Okay. No, I did this CD probably 3 nights this past week since I saw you.
Okay.
And it's funny because the first time I did it, and I was listening to it, I listened, and I was focused, I was very intent, and I was listening, and then it's like the second time you must go deeper because there were parts of it I don't remember. And then the third time I did it, it's like, look, I know I'm not sleeping through this, but how do we get to the end so quick? You know? So.
Yeah, because the first couple of times you're actually focused on trying to do it.
Right.
And then as soon as you get acclimated to that,
right,
you're no longer trying, you're just doing.
Right.
So you go in way deep.
Right.
And I'm to the point where I can't even meditate anymore. I go in so deep that I do meditate, but I was at meditation here last night, guided meditation we do every Thursday night, and I go in really deep. And the other people are listening to what he's doing. He's doing some special type of Buddhist meditation thing, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna do that. I just give myself a keyword because I do self-hypnosis. I just give myself that phrase, and down I go. So, okay. What was the other thing? You said you had acid reflux, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you having any problem with that, or
no.
is an emotion that I can tie into the age regression? In other words, I need something to create a bridge to the past.
Okay.
So generally speaking, when I do that, I'm looking for an emotion that you're experiencing that has a relationship to whatever the problem is. But with you, we have a lot of different things to choose from as far as different problems. So
yeah, exactly.
I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to follow.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a type of age regression that's kind of open. We're going to let your subconscious mind choose.
Okay.
All right. And I remember giving you a suggestion last week. We'll see. What I'd like for you to do is just kind of look at me real quick, okay? I want you to put your hand in my hand, okay? Just like that, okay? Now, I want you to just take a deep breath, relax. Now close your eyes and press on my hand. Press harder, 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 and sleep. Going way down. Relax, totally relax. Deeper, deeper. Good. As you follow the sound of my voice, you become deeper, relaxed. Feel the waves of relaxation flow through your body. As your breathing slows down, you allow that relaxation to just go all the way through all the muscles, allowing all the tension of the day to just flow away. 3 or 4 days? It was then
Mhm.
you had the big sleep? Yeah.
Mhm.
It takes a little while.
The other thing I find is I find myself, if I feel tense, all of a sudden I just touch my fingers together.
You remember that? don't
And
you?
yeah, I remember this, but it's amazing how as soon as I touch my fingertips together, it's like the rest of the body just like follows suit and relaxes.
Mhm.
So it.
Well, the induction,
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
close your eyes,
Mhm.
sleep.
Yeah.
Did you go right back in all the way, or was there kind of like a bump going down? You started to go in, and then,
A little bit of a bump.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of a bump.
But you did feel the
Oh
when
yeah.
you first come in.
Yeah.
You didn't expect it either.
No.
Yeah. See, that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand about that induction. It's called instant induction. It's actually called the 8-word induction. Close your eyes, press on my hand, sleep, 8 words. And it's an absolute minimum number of words. It's kind of a trick that hypnotists love to try and pull that one off. I don't pull it off unless I do the post-hypnotic suggestion to re-enter hypnosis using the word sleep.
Mhm.
Okay, if it's in there, then I know I can do this.
Right. Right.
If it's not in there, I won't try it.
Right.
You have to have somebody who's really, really good at going into hypnosis naturally in order to pull that one off. You're pretty good at it. You're not that kind of good. You're not going to just drop like a rock.
Right.
So
Right.
when you do an instant induction, the mind has that okay, I'm going into hypnosis, and then you go, wait a second, and then you go.
I was just gonna say it's kind of like
You were checking to see.
it's kind of like going off the diving board into the deep end. You bob back up,
Mhm.
but then even though you come up out of the water, you're gonna sink back down.
Mhm. Well, it's a natural law of
Yeah.
physics. When you pull a string on a guitar,
Mhm.
it tends to equalize back out. So what I did was I pulled the string, and then you started to equalize back out.
Right. Right.
You came back up, and that's when I did the regular hypnosis
Mhm.
to a deepening technique to get you back to go all the way back down.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we can trap it in a place, and that's why some people walk with their shoulders over,
Mhm.
and that's why some people walk with their chest out, or you see the old lady that's leaning forward. That's actually a trapping of energy in the stomach, or it's in the chest, or it's in the back. We have a lot of lower back pain, and gosh, the research into that is enormous. Why people don't understand that lower back pain thing. I read a book years ago. I used to have lower back pain all the time. Dr. John Sarnak. And I forget the title of the book, but he just explains the psychology of lower back pain, how it's become what ulcers used to be, and how to get rid of it, which was to just read his book. And that's all I did was read the book. And I don't even have a copy of the book because I immediately handed it to somebody else, and they handed it to somebody else, and somebody else, and somebody else. And it was kind of like my little chain letter thing for relieving people who had lower back pain. It was all emotional.
Really.
All emotional.
Interesting.
I mean, there are people with serious
Sure.
disc problems
Right,
that have to
right.
have, medical cures.
Right.
But most of the lower back pain is just holding energy there. It's just emotions that are bottled up into that area. Because, and this is the scenario that he writes in his book. Rather than dealing with the problem, if I squeeze you, where does your attention go?
To the squeeze.
Right.
To the pain there.
Away from
Right.
dealing with it.
Ah.
Right. So
your back is
your
just
subconscious mind is
right.
going to the unconscious mind. It's going. There's something called smooth muscle tissue, and it wraps around veins and arteries. Well, it can squeeze them closed,
Oh yes.
and then you have a lack of oxygen to those muscles. That's painful.
Right.
That's how it creates it. That's how it creates the diversion. Okay, so your mind goes to that. It's the same thing that was in your chest.
Okay.
It was just a diversion to keep you from dealing with something that the subconscious mind thought, this is too painful, I don't want to deal with it.
Interesting.
And that's how come hypnosis can bypass that thing. The conscious mind won't let that happen. Too many filters, too many other things. We go to the subconscious mind, memories open up, we can follow those memories through that emotion. And as soon as we relieve that emotion, those muscles let go. Subconscious understands. I understand now. And then that weight comes off.
Right. Right.
So the priest said, I don't think you should describe it like that. And I'm like, well, I ain't going to do the God thing with people. That's why you got that kind of a tie and I got this kind of a tie.